Christina. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a craft DIY using this blank that I got from Dollar Tree. So I hope that you stick around and see what I make.
All right, let's get started on this DIY. So I have this like I showed you in the beginning, and then I bought this from Dollar Tree also, this little wooden frame, which I bought a couple of those. I wish I would have bought more because those are super cute. And then I have the sticker I'm going to use probably, and some construction, or some, not construction paper, but design paper, and some of these new flowers that I just got at Dollar Tree too, which are super pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my frame here, and I'm going to take my antique wax, my Waverly antique wax, and I am going to stain this frame with it, and then a little bit on the ends of this sign. Okay, I have my antique wax out, so I am just going to take my frame and just start putting the antique wax on there and then wiping it off. Slightly wiping it off, not completely wiping it off. And then I'm also going to take this frame and I'm just going to be doing the edges of this frame. So that's probably about as far as I need to go right there. I don't even need to do the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I will move on and show you what else I plan on doing. Okay, I have it all painted. Now the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to move this aside here. And I am going to take my little frame here, and I'm going to take my matte Mod Podge, and I am going to start putting it on my frame. So I'm just going to give it a coat as fast as I can, because I don't want it to dry. Now I'm getting a little bit of buildup inside the parts of the frame. But it should dry clear, so it shouldn't be super noticeable. Okay, I think I might be missing some parts. Okay, so hopefully that is good. And then I am going to take my paper, and I think I'm going to go this way with it, and then I am going to push my frame down onto the paper. Alright, so I'm going to hold this for a little bit and make sure it sticks good. Okay, now that that is dry, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife here, and I am going to cut this out. Just like that. And then I'll probably save some of that because I always save my scraps. Alright, so I got my frame here, and what I'm also going to do is I was thinking about cutting the middle out. So this is going to go on here, and I think that's just a little overwhelming. So I think I'm actually going to cut the middle part out also. So this is probably going to take me a little bit to get in these corners nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut out. Okay, so that I have all cut out. It looks really nice. And then I am just trying to pry this hanger up because it's not on very straight. So I'm just going to get this off of here. Just trying to, there we go. Okay. That is off. And then I'm just waiting for my hot glue gun to heat up here. And I am going to hot glue this onto my frame here. Okay, my hot glue gun, excuse me, is ready to go. So I'm going to put some hot glue on here. And attach it to my frame. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. All right. Okay, so I have some of this hemp rope, and I am going to make my hanger out of this with this hemp rope. So I am just going to real quick try to burn some of these ends off of here. And I was going to just use a single strand, but that was not, I don't know, it just looked weird because the frame is so thick. So that's why I grabbed 3 strands. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape here. And I'm going to put these strands together on the ends here. And secure it. Yeah, I tried the nautical rope, and that was just like, that was huge, so that wasn't going to work. And then I just tried like 1 strand, and then that looked too thin. And I don't have anything in between, so I am just going to take the 3 strands and put those together. We'll see how that looks. I'm sure it'll look just fine, because it's going to be, you know, it'll hang. Yeah, that'll look just fine. Okay, I'm gonna flip my frame over here, and then I'm gonna put this right in the corners of my frame. So, stick that on there. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more hot glue and some more masking tape. And I'm gonna stick that right over the top here. So I should get a nice hold. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. If I get it in the right spot, that's about right. My hot glue is going everywhere. Let's clean that up a little bit. All right, and then I also want to make sure that it is hanging decent. Okay, yeah, I think that'll look really nice. Once I get my hot glue strings off of there. Okay, and then I am going to use this home sticker, and then that is going to go right in the middle of my frame. So obviously, if you can find these pieces, I mean, you can do this any way that you like. You can make this any color, you can put anything in the middle, it doesn't have to be a sticker. I just really like, what I originally planned on doing is using a family sign and putting it on here, and then I was like, no, I do that like all the time, those little wooden or cardboard signs from Dollar Tree, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to use a sticker. Actually, I think, I mean, that's a lot of dimension on there. I like how it looks. So then there's just one more thing I was thinking about doing, and that was taking these flowers that I got from Dollar Tree and putting them on the top of the frame here, just to give it a little extra. So I'm gonna get those cut out and figured out where I want them. Okay, I have my branches cut out, so I am going to stick some hot glue on here and attach them to my sign. Try to go about in the middle here. I tried to cut out 2 pretty much identical ones, or at least as close to identical as I can get. So it's a little bit over. Yeah, I think that's more centered right there. All right. Got those on there. And then what I'm going to do is I have some of these paper flowers that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am going to cover up my middle piece with these little paper flowers. So I'm just going to stick those right on there. Come on. Darn glue strings are all over me. Just like this. And then I think I might have to stick a little hot glue on here to get these to sit where I think I want them. Okay, so I wish I would have put this at the top of my frame. I don't really like how that looks with that sticking out of there. So I just grabbed a couple more leaves and I am going to just kind of stick them in here. If I can get it in there. Kind of cover up the top of that frame there. This might be a little bit overkill with the branches, but I think it's gonna look better. Instead of trying to rip everything off and move everything. There, I think that fills it in a lot better. I like that. I just didn't like the way that frame is poking up over there. All right, get that flower towards the front. Okay, well that is it. I am going to call this one. So, I don't know. I think it turned out kind of cute. You'll have to let me know what you think. I think maybe the greenery, I mean, I could have just left it the way it was without the greenery, but I don't think it looks horrible with the greenery. Anyways, that is it. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I would love it if you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when I upload. And take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.